Well, one thing we know about these cars is that there's a lot of glass on them. The roof is glass, the windshield's large, and you just have sunlight coming in from all angles. So the quick and easy way to get rid of the heat is to get your vehicle tinted. Now, we're going to talk about in this video is the type of tint that you should get and some things to consider. Not all tint is the same. Technology has come a long way. You want to make sure that you're installing a film that will actually keep your car cool and not just darken your windows. If you're slapping film on there that is older technology, film that does not have ceramic particles, basically you're just going to end up with darker windows but a hot interior. The best way to keep heat out of your interior is to apply ceramic window tint to your glass. Now, if you have never heard of ceramic tint, basically it's a type of window film that acts and looks just like regular film but has newer technology in it with ceramic particles that absorb heat. It does a much better job at keeping your interior cool. Now, standard window film darkens your window and blocks out heat. The darker you go with standard window film, the more heat you'll block, but to a certain point. Typical window film that is used on the market that is more common on vehicles today is able to block about 45% heat at the most with the darkest levels. You would have to be running 5%, which is a very dark shade of tint, to achieve those results. Now, if you want any more than that, you need to start looking at ceramic window film. Now, the nice thing about ceramic window film, which is my absolute favorite, is that you don't have to go as dark to achieve a higher heat rejection. Heat rejection is what's going to keep the heat out of your interior, and that number is what matters the most. Let me show you what 20% ceramic tint looks like on my Model Y. Take a look from the sides. We can still kind of see the front seats since I have the white interior, but it is providing a lot of privacy. Now, notice in the rear it seems a little bit darker. In the rear, you do have this factory smoked glass. It comes already dark from the factory, but is not tinted. It basically is providing privacy, but it does not provide any heat rejection. So we went ahead and applied a clear layer of ceramic tint over it, 70% film. That way we got an even match with the front, and it looks pretty great. It looks like an even 20% all across. Let's hop in the interior and show you. And this is with 20%, no issues at all. At night, 20% is not difficult to see through. Yet, in my opinion, this setup provides the best heat rejection. If you go with anything darker, 15 or down to 5%, then you will attract attention from law enforcement, and you'll also have difficulty seeing at night. You'll probably start rolling your windows down to see curbs and parking lots, and to see in poorly lit environments. So with 20%, you avoid these issues, but at the same time, you're maximizing the heat rejection and keeping your interior cool. Now let's move on to my windshield. If you take a look at my windshield, it looks pretty clear. Visibility is high. You can see straight through. And let's see from the interior. It's also pretty clear, but it is tinted. My windshield is tinted, and you might be wondering, how is that possible and how is that legal? Well, this film is 70% ceramic film. It's a very clear film. It's only blocking 30% of daylight. You hardly notice that it's there. I mean, it's hardly noticeable. Even trained professionals, it's very hard for them to tell. It's very hard to tell that this film is even on. you would have to go to one of the edges and start scratching at it to just feel that it's there. And right now we're in a low light setting. It is sunset, but as you see, my windshield is super light, but it's game changer. Now, tinting your windshield will prevent a lot of that direct sunlight onto the steering wheel, on your hands when you're driving, and on your legs, and that will play a big role in keeping your interior cool. Take it even further and tint your roof with a clear film as well, because if you go too dark, then you're gonna miss out on the views of the sky. So you could also apply the 70% film on the roof and you will be set. The sun and heat will be kept out for sure with this setup. Let's look at it again. This is 20% on the sides and 70% on the front windshield, and it's currently sunset, so it's pretty low light, but as you can see, it's still easy to see through, provides a lot of privacy and the maximum heat rejection.